At this moment, Sun Bin is completely mad, unaware of his surroundings or emotions. Zhong Li Qiu, troubled and sorrowful, lies on her bed, refusing to eat or drink. No matter how much Zhong Li Chun tries to comfort her, Zhong Li Qiu cannot be persuaded. The next day, Gong Sun Yue arrives at Zhong Li's house with valuable gifts. He speaks to Zhong Li Chun, saying,
I have long admired the beauty and virtue of Miss Zhong Li Qiu, and I wish to marry her. Here are the engagement gifts. Please accept them.
Zhong Li Chun, having no favorable opinion of Gong Sun Yue, responds coldly and asks him to leave. With a smile, Gong Sun Yue says,
If Zhong Li Qiu marries me, I can help her forget the mad sunburn.
His words strike a chord with Zhong Li Chun. The pressing issue is to make her sister forget Sun Bin. Her tone softens as she responds,
Gong Sun Yue, as a strategist for General Pang, you should understand the proper etiquette. Engagement gifts should come from the parents or brothers.
Gong Sun Yue laughs.
Ah, Miss Zhong Li. You may not know, but I am originally from Tree. After the internal strife there, I lost my parents and wandered the world until I found refuge with General Pang Wei. He is like a brother to me. These gifts are from him.
Zhong Li Chun, also from Qi, understands the situation and decides to accept the gifts. At this moment, Zhong Li Qiu storms out of the room, anger written across her face, and says to Gong Sun Yue,
Take back the gifts.
Gong Sun Yue, still smiling, responds,
Haha, Miss Zhong Li, your sister has already accepted them.
Zhong Li Qiu, still furious, retorts,
She accepted them, not me. If you want to marry her.
She storms back into the room. Zhong Li Chun, embarrassed by her sister's behavior, tells Gong Sun Yue,
I am truly sorry, my sister refuses to comply, so I must return the gifts.
Gong Sun Yue pauses for a moment, then says,
I understand Zhong Li Qiu's feelings. I can wait for her, whether 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. I will wait for a lifetime.
Zhong Li Chun, seeing his deep affection, has no more to say and bids him farewell. Zhong Li Chun, determined to sever her sister's attachment to Sun Bin, decides to kill him. She finds Sun Bin wandering the streets and, pretending to rescue him, leads him to a secluded grove on the outskirts of the city. With a stern face, she says to him,
Sun Bin, I didn't bring you here to save you, but to kill you.
She draws her sword. Sun Bin is taken aback and, stumbling, begins to flee. His legs do not obey him, so he cries out,
Master, save me! The King of Wei wants to kill me!
Zhong Li Chun jumps in front of him, blocking his escape. Sun Bin turns left, but Zhong Li Chun again blocks his path, her sword pointed at his throat, coldly laughing.
You think you can escape with these two useless legs?
Sun Bin sits down on the ground, repeatedly bowing his forehead to his hands.
Lord, spare me! Lord, spare me! I will never run again! I will never call for heavenly troops again!
Zhong Li Chun shouts,
Stop bowing, I'm not the Lord.
She kicks Sun Bin. Sun Bin, with a foolish grin, responds,
You are the Lord! My life is in your hands! Please spare me!
Again, he bows his head. Zhong Li Chun strikes his shoulder with the back of her sword, harshly saying,
Bow all you want, it won't save you. I will kill you anyway.
Sun Bin sits up straight and stares blankly at her, asking,
Why do you want to kill me?
Zhong Li Chun, filled with resentment, answers,
For my sister Zhong Li Qiu, she is deeply in love with you. Though you are mad now, she still cares for you. As long as you are alive, she will never marry anyone else. I cannot let you ruin my sister's life. I must kill you.
Sun Bin sighs deeply, then looks up to the sky, lamenting,
I, Sun Bin, possess the art of war. Yet not only can I not excel in the battlefield and achieve great feats, I can't even save my own life. This is fate.
Zhong Li Chun, confused, asks,
Are you truly mad or just pretending?
Sun Bin gives a bitter smile and replies,
Ha! Of course, I am pretending to be mad.
Why pretend?
asks Zhong Li Chun, still puzzled. Sun Bin recounts in full detail how Pang Huan had plotted to frame him and how he had to feign madness to avoid being killed. Zhong Li Chun was a woman of chivalry, with a deep hatred for evil. She angrily denounced Pang Huan, calling him a treacherous man who betrays his own brothers and deserves nothing but a wretched end. She advised Sun Bin to flee Wei Kingdom. Sun Bin sighed deeply.
My legs are too weak to run, and I have no one to help me. How can I escape?
Zhong Li Chun replied.
I'll get a cart for you and help you escape Wei.
Sun Bin shook his head.
It won't work. You alone can't do it. If Pangwan discovers that I'm missing, he will immediately send people to chase after me. We cannot escape alone, and even if we do, it will be difficult to find a safe place to hide.
What do you suggest we do?
Sun Bin said in a low voice.
We must rely on the power of a nation, preferably Qi.
In order to save Sun Bin, Zhong Li Chun disguised herself as a man and journeyed day and night to Qi, located to the east of Wei. She had heard that General Tian Ji of Qi was an honest and straightforward man who also held military power. She decided to visit him and tell him of Sun Bin's plight, hoping to enlist his help. Tian Ji was worried that rescuing Sun Bin, a wanted criminal in Wei, would provoke the wrath of Wei and lead to war. He could not justify such an action to the king of Qi. Zhong Li Chun replied.
Sun Bin can help Qi free itself from the threat of Wei.
Tian Ji smiled slightly.
You overestimate him. A single Sun Bin doesn't have such power.
Sun Bin's talents far surpass those of Pangwan, and he possesses the art of war that guarantees victory in every battle.
The art of war was lost with the fall of Wu. It no longer exists.
There is a copy in the hands of Master Guigu, and he has already passed it to Sun Bin.
Your claims are difficult to believe.
Tian Ji's strategist Qin Hua was a perceptive young man. While Zhong Li Chun spoke, he had been quietly observing her disguised appearance. He now said to Tian Ji,
General,
glancing at Zhong Li Chun,
the young man is not without merit. A few years ago, I heard Master Modim mention that a copy of the Art of War was in the hands of Master Guigu. Master Guigu has never shared this military text with anyone. But Sun Bin is a descendant of Sun Wu, so it is not impossible that he passed it on to him.
Tian Ji, understanding Qin Hua's meaning, hesitated, saying,
Rescuing Sun Bin will certainly offend Wei. This is a serious matter, and we should report it to the king.
Qin Hua countered.
Precisely because it's so important, we cannot report it to the king. She has been defeated by Wei many times. If the king learns of this, he will never risk offending Wei over one man like Sun Bin.
Although Tian Ji saw the sense in Qin Hua's words, he still hesitated. Qin Hua, realizing that Tian Ji doubted Sun Bin's abilities and was reluctant to take such a risk, suggested,
General, I will go to Wei as an envoy, meet Sun Bin in person, and test him. If he truly is a man of talent, I will find a way to bring him back. If not, I will return without any trouble. What do you think?
Tian Ji pondered the proposal and finally agreed. Zhong Li Chun was deeply grateful to Qin Hua. Qin Hua personally accompanied Zhong Li Chun to bid her farewell. He purposefully hinted at her true identity as a woman in disguise and told her that it was Zhong Li Chun's determination and persistence to save her friend that had moved him. He promised to help her rescue Sun Bin. Zhong Li Chun, grateful for Qin Hua's support, thanked him deeply. As an envoy, Qin Hua traveled to Wei, where he formally met King Wei and expressed the willingness of the King of Qi to reconcile with Wei. Afterward, Qin Hua visited Panghuan, bringing with him valuable jewels as a gift from General Tian Ji, who sought to make peace with the general. Panghuan smiled slightly and said,
I am General Tian Ji's enemy. How could I become friends with him?
Qin Hua replied calmly,
In today's world of warring states, the strong prevail and the weak fall. Kings and generals must secure their nation's survival. Today we may be enemies, but tomorrow we may be allies, even if only temporarily.
Panghuan, wanting to make things difficult for Qin Hua, responded,
What if I refuse to make peace with General Tian Ji?
She has been defeated by Wei multiple times and can no longer compete with Wei. Even Chu has submitted to Wei. The only state that can rival Wei now is Trin. If Wei wants to defeat Trin, you, General, must become allies with General Tian Ji.
Ah, that's a matter between the two kingdoms. As long as the kings are friends, whether you and General Tian Ji become friends is irrelevant.
General, you are mistaken. Wei's strength does not come from King Wei, but from you, the general. If you do not agree to be friends with General Tian Ji, both the king and General Tian Ji will live in constant worry.
Panghuan laughed heartily, ordering the jewels to be accepted. Qin Hua thanked Panghuan for accepting the gift. Panghuan, puzzled, asked,
Why are you thanking me? I should be thanking you for the jewels.
I've heard that many nations offer jewels to the general, but the general rarely accepts. Only when the general accepts a gift does it signify an intent to form a friendship. By accepting our key's gift, you are signaling your desire for friendship with Qi. If General Pang becomes friends with Qi, other nations will no longer look down on us. As the envoy of Qi, I must express my gratitude.
Pang Huan, impressed by Qin Hua's words, personally hosted a banquet in his honor. Upon hearing that Qin Hua had arrived in Wei, Zhong Li Chun rushed to the inn where he was staying. She waited anxiously from sunset until the moon rose high in the sky, but Qin Hua did not return. His attendants explained that Qin Hua, a man who enjoyed socializing, often stayed out all night. They advised Zhong Li Chun to return the next day. Just as Zhong Li Chun was about to leave, Qin Hua returned. She urged him to immediately take her to meet Sun Bin. Qin Hua glanced at the sky and said,
It's late now, let's wait until tomorrow.
Zhong Li Chun insisted.
Master Sun says speed is crucial in war.
Qin Hua's eyes lit up.
Yes, speed is crucial in war. That's an excellent saying. Let's go see him now.
Since Pang Huan had believed Sun Bin was truly mad, Sun Bin had begun to wander the streets, sometimes begging, sometimes fortune-telling, sometimes talking cheerfully, and sometimes crying uncontrollably. At first, Pang Huan sent men to watch him, but later relaxed his vigilance. Sun Bin often roamed the market, sometimes not returning for several nights. On this night, he lay beside the street as agreed with Zhong Li Chun, his hair disheveled and his face covered in dirt. Gong Sun Yue passed by in his carriage and saw Sun Bin lying on the roadside. He quickly jumped down, motioning for the driver to continue ahead. Approaching Sun Bin, Gong Sun Yue said,
Sun Bin, it's time to go back to the manor and rest.
Sun Bin glanced at him and replied,
Back to the manor. Which manor? The heavenly manor or the earthly one?
Gong Sun Yue sneered.
Hey! Sun Bin, don't pretend to be mad in front of me.
Sun Bin sat up looking around and said,
Gong Sun Yue, didn't we agree? I won't interfere with your affairs, and you won't interfere with mine.
I want to marry Zhong Li Qiu, but she refuses me. I need your help to figure out how to win her over.
Gong Sun Yue said. Sun Bin sighed.
Matters of women are beyond my help.
Gong Sun Yue coldly smiled.
If you can't win Zhong Li Qiu, I'll no longer keep your secret.
Sun Bin, sensing that Zhong Li Chun was approaching, quickly said,
Give me a few days to think things over.
Gong Sun Yue walked away. Sun Bin lay back down on the roadside. Zhong Li Chun appeared from behind a building and approached Sun Bin. She motioned for him to follow her. Sun Bin got up and followed her from a distance. Gong Sun Yue had not gone far. He hid in the shadow of a shop, watching Zhong Li Chun and Sun Bin walk away, a sly smile spreading across his face. Sun Bin and Zhong Li Chun arrived at a modest inn where they met Qin Hua, dressed as a merchant. After exchanging greetings, Zhong Li Chun helped Sun Bin sit on a mat. Qin Hua looked at Sun Bin's disabled legs and, getting straight to the point, said,
Forgive me for saying this, but with legs like yours, how are you gonna fight on the battlefield?
Sun Bin calmly responded,
It is the general who fights on the battlefield. I only wish to be a strategist, advising the general for victory.
But a strategist will live in obscurity their entire life.
Qin Hua retorted.
I am but a useless man. I do not seek fame, only to contribute through my actions.
Qin Hua thought for a moment and then asked,
There are two countries, one strong and one weak. As a strategist for the weaker nation, what would you do to help them defeat the stronger one?
Sun Bin answered,
First, the country's government must be wise, with the people and king united. Second, the battle must be fought at the right time. Third, the terrain must be advantageous. Fourth, the generals must be wise, trustworthy, kind, brave, and disciplined. Fifth, the military must be strict and the supply lines well managed. These are the 5 factors of Tao: heaven, earth, general, and law. From the art of war.
Qin Hua nodded, then continued,
What is the best strategy to defeat the enemy?
The highest form of warfare is to defeat the enemy's plans.
And next?
Next is to attack the enemy's alliances and weaken their diplomacy.
And then?
Then it is to strike their army directly.
And the lowest form?
The lowest is to attack their cities.
Brilliant, truly brilliant.
Qin Hua exclaimed, excited.
Mr. Sun, I will do everything in my power to get you out of this dangerous situation.
Sun Bin was deeply moved, saying,
Mr. Chun, I will never forget your great kindness.
He attempted to kneel before Qin Hua in gratitude. Zhong Li Chun quickly stepped forward and stopped him, reminding him that his legs could not bear such an action. Sun Bin, still overwhelmed with emotion, said,
I must kneel to properly express my gratitude.
This is not the time for gratitude.
Zhong Li Chun interjected.
We need to figure out how to leave Wei Kingdom immediately.
Qin Hua turned to Sun Bin and said,
Zhong Li Chun is right. Mr. Sun, I want to help you escape, but we cannot alert Wei. Do you have any ideas?
Sun Bin thought for a moment, then said,
There is one idea.
Just then the sound of hurried footsteps approached and a group of soldiers burst through the door. They had come to find Sun Bin. Zhong Li Chun attempted to step forward to block them, but Qin Hua grabbed her arm. He whispered,
Zhong Li Chun, patience is key to avoiding greater trouble.
Zhong Li Chun sighed deeply.
Such a talented man, and yet he suffers this kind of humiliation. I simply cannot bear it.
Qin Hua said.
To spare Mr. Sun from further humiliation, we must endure.
Zhong Li Chun and Qin Hua watched helplessly as the soldiers took Sun Bin away. Sun Bin was thrown back into the pigsty, where he was kept locked up for several days without being allowed to leave. He began to suspect that Gong Sun Yue had told Pang Huan about his feigned madness. When Gong Sun Yue visited Sun Bin in the pigsty, Sun Bin warned him,
If you've told Pang Wan about my condition, it will not be good for you. You've exposed his plot.
Gong Sun Yue, unfazed, replied.
I'll take any risk to win Zhong Li Qiu's heart.
Sun Bin retorted without hesitation.
You dare take risks. I, a madman with no ties, have nothing to fear.
Gong Sun Yue smiled coldly.
You don't dare, because of Zhong Li Chun and that key envoy. You don't want to drag them into this.
Sun Bin was taken aback, asking,
How do you know?
I saw you both going to the inn.
Sun Bin fumed with anger, cursing Gong Sun Yue for his treachery. Gong Sun Yue, unbothered, said,
Don't be angry. If someone else had seen, it would have been even worse. Pang Wan hasn't eased his vigilance on you. There's always someone watching you. You have no choice but to help me win Zhong Li Qiu in exchange for my help.
Sun Bin remained silent for a moment and then said,
I'll respond to you in a few days.
Gong Sun Yue sneered.
After a few days, you might not even be in Wei anymore.
Exactly, because I won't be in Wei. I won't be in your way.
Gong Sun Yue paused, then realized Sun Bin's logic and agreed to help him escape Wei. On a dark and windy night, Zhong Li Chun and a follower of Qin Hua scaled the walls of Pang Zhuan's estate and quietly approached the pigsty. Gong Sun Yue, who had been waiting outside, emerged from the shadows and unlocked the door to the pigsty. Zhong Li Chun and the follower entered, and Sun Bin swapped clothes with the follower. The follower dirtied his face and disheveled his hair, lying down in the pigsty in Sun Bin's place. Gong Sun Yue led Sun Bin out quietly, and they slipped away from Pang Huan's estate. The next morning, Sun Bin hid in the back of Qin Hua's cart, and they sped toward Qi in the east. Sun Bin marveled at the beauty of the rising sun in the east, saying,
I never thought Sun Bin, would have a chance to rise again.
Before he could finish speaking, a few military carts appeared in the distance, chasing after them. Qin Hua quickly instructed Sun Bin to hide beneath the burlap in the cart. The military carts quickly caught up, and the first cart was carrying none other than Pang Huan. Pang Huan shouted to Qin Hua,
Mr. Qin, why didn't you say goodbye?
Yesterday I went to the manor to bid farewell, but the general was not there.
Mr. Trin, you cannot leave Wei.
Qin Hua paused, thinking for a moment, then quickly regained his composure.
I am an envoy of Qi. Why can't I leave Wei?
Pang Huan laughed.
Ha, I always said Mr. Trin was a very clever man. And I admire you. If you stay in Wei, I'll make sure the king values you highly.
Qin Hua sighed in relief and responded,
General, I'm deeply honored by your praise. However, I've promised General Tian Ji to serve him for 3 years, and I cannot break my word.
And after 3 years?
After 3 years, I'll follow the world's greatest military strategist.
Good, after 3 years I'll wait for you.
Pang Huan's carriage moved aside. Qin Hua nodded in respect and drove the cart with Sun Bin toward Qi. This concludes the 21st stratagem from the 36 stratagems. The golden cicada sheds its shell. The original meaning is to deceive the enemy by maintaining a familiar appearance while secretly shifting positions. Sun Bin and the others followed this strategy, having a servant disguise as Sun Bin to conceal his escape. To know what happens next, please stay tuned for the next episode. Sacrifice the lesser to save the greater.
You've been watching The Art of War and the 36 Stratagems. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. Your support through subscription helps the channel thrive and continue to grow. Thank you for your support. Finally, we've created a song, The Wisdom of Sun Wu. Please enjoy.
Silence under skies so wide, youthful steps with the earth as guide, eyes of fire, dreams take flight through shadowed paths. He claims the night. Scrolls of thought in hands so keen, wisdom forged in the battles unseen, lessons carved in the heart of flame, his path to glory etched in name. Rising high, the winds will sing of victories born where shadows cling. Steel and mind, a fusion rare, the timeless call, his wisdom's flare. Through war's dance, a rhythm cold, strategic light in a warrior bold. Metal rings, the echo of fight, balanced by truth, the guiding light. Drums of war, yet hearts stay still. A master's mind bends the will. Through ages long, his voice resounds, a legacy in wisdom found. Rising high, the winds will sing of victories born where shadows cling. Steel and mind, a fusion rare, the timeless call, his wisdom's flare.